Hi guys, I'm Naja. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Get It Got It Good, here on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to check out my website, www.nisia Carter.com. See you guys later.
Okay, yeah, good day, yeah, ice on snowflakes, yeah, smile on Colgate, yeah, I'm propane, don't try to put me in no lane, cash out jumping in both lanes, I ain't gotta tell nobody no names, got go house. Okay, yeah, good day, yeah, ice on snowflakes, yeah, smile on Colgate, yeah, I'm propane, don't try to put me.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Get It Got It Good. I am your girl, Naja Wahite, and today I have an old friend, Phannum, with me. Last time you seen this one here, he was with Benny, Ricky. Who else was allowed?
Yeah.
A while ago. You guys go back and check that out. But if you do, beware. Be warned. Yeah, they were a little off the chain that day. So be good today.
They had no influence there. I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. So, Phannum, last time I seen you, actually, dang, it's been a minute now.
Yes.
So what's been going on?
From just the little steps that I take from, open mics was the lowest, you could say, but they still bring a big part of everything. Like, I think as simple as going to a random establishment and just spitting, even from just a random person becoming a fan, everything counts. Everything counts because you never know, like just the support that you can get behind it. And lately, I just been trying to figure out those little things, not letting life, drive me away from it, really. But
so a lot of the times with artists, and you just said going to random establishments, showing your talent, showing your skills. A lot of times artists, especially new artists, think that's above them. But I think it's a very important step in building that fan base and exposing who you are to more and more people. What would you say to an artist who is just starting out, who don't want to do open mics, or don't want to do events for free and stuff like that?
You got to start somewhere. And that's a lot. We would actually sit down and be real with you. I want to know that person first, but to even say that, I want a person to know that it's not just going to be easy to just have that can, but it's not going to be built right. Like, it's not going to be a real foundation behind it. Like, yeah, you may have some people like, oh, that's fire. Yeah, that's the norm nowadays. But it's different when it's actually a genuine bond, if that makes sense. Like, I don't even know, like, it's
between
real.
you and your fans.
Yeah,
like a loyalty.
Yeah, and that's why, better yet, when I used to sell a lot of CDs, I mean, a lot of people know me from that. It was like, they used to say, some people would always say, why don't you just play it out your speaker? Why don't you just show people from the music you recorded before you sell a CD? And I'm like, no, because see, I would love to do stuff like that. But just as I have gotten, you got people in their opinions without even asking. And I've gotten that's Kendrick new song or something. Kendrick, that's me. You see, I'm not got time for this. And most of them would think that, walking right past when I'm trying to let people know. And then it's like, you know what? How much more real would it be if I'm like, hey, sir, man, my name is, and I want you to hear me from that point on. Say, why don't you can get more people? No, you know how many people I got? I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I'd rather take the old fashioned route, if that makes sense.
So are there a lot of people still selling CDs out of trunks and stuff like that? Especially because I don't even know if people have CD players for the most part now.
I've seen it. And it's crazy. I haven't done it in a long time myself. But I was just told that, should go back to it just because of the fact that it's been out of whack. And I know it's a lot of people that ain't really got CD players in their car anymore. So I started seeing that.
Is there technology now where you can have that same type of concept? You go in, you meet people, hey, listen to my new thing, and do like a, how you can transfer phone to phone type of thing?
And then that's another thing, because see, you don't want to just be giving you exclusives and then just trying to send every single body. Then that takes people having the information and stuff like, like your personal. So what I mean by that, I guess, that's way because of the fact that, internet already doing what it's doing.
Like IG link.
Yeah, and a personal link to your YouTube, your whatever platform you want, yeah, that's best. And that's why when I don't have no CDs or nothing like that, I can let somebody know, listen, hear me out, such and such, they hear me. Then it's like, where your music, where can I find? Every platform. Just type me, just Google. And that's beautiful. You know, it's a set thing in these days, but I feel like it's not the same. It's not the same as people really feeling like you deserve this.
So how do you do? Is that better doing live performances? You get to feel the energy of the crowd and everything else.
Oh my goodness, that's why I don't just jump into it. Like I never do. I always like when I had like the song Know What I'm Saying. I'm known for that now, Mr. Know What I'm Saying. And every single time I jump on stage now. And another thing they always say, because the way I perform, and I take this as serious as when people say freestyling, you know, even then they not freestyling. I'm not a fan of that. I hate it so much. Don't say it's a freestyle. If you wrote it, yeah, like I hate it. But it's just like when performing a song, and I get that a lot of people like to have their recordings in the back. I don't like it. I won't do it. And it's times that I have because I have no other option at the moment. But you imagine, like that's why I think my performances speak out, because I'll jump on the stage with just the instrumental and not even mention. I like to talk to people. I like to see how I do it. Just also random. I'm not even going to actually go into it, but it's like, for example, I'm on the stage. DJ play the beat. He already playing it. Hold on, DJ. Real quick. Hold on. Now I'm talking to everybody here. Hey, boss man, you too. The one sipping that? Yes, you. Yes, come on. Need everybody up here. Come on. Now, everybody with me? I said, is everybody with me? Now I'm getting you crying. Now I'm like getting shown because it's different how I see it. That, you know, just like anybody jumping on that stage, you want to jump up there, play a hard beat, even if your bars are this intact and something impeccable, that seventh line, maybe not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they might not even caught that line. But see, the problem is they was just another rapper, another song, another, like it's nothing really new unless you got something of an, you know, and those little things that may have a couple people in there. And then the most that you get is when you walk off that stage, is somebody like, yeah, that was fire. And everybody else is looking at you. You walking back, go sit down. Like, what was that? Yeah.
Because they're not paying attention. They're chit-chatting, drinking, whatever. Exactly. Background noise.
So now that I got everyone's attention, that everybody's like, now they want to know that I know we're doing all this extra stuff. What is this man about to say? And then
marketing. It's a different way to market yourself and to get that attention.
Exactly. Yes. And then I'll still like what I said with the song, know what I'm saying? It's just because a lot of people know it already, it doesn't even matter. It could be like 2 or 3 people in that building that know it, but now I want everybody to at least get with me. So now I say, y'all with me, I want to start this off. And y'all need y'all to say, know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying? If you feel what I'm saying, know what I'm saying? Get everybody in a small mood, like, oh, okay, right. I want them bands, know what I'm saying? Stiff, but I'll make a dance, know what I'm saying? And then they'll stop and they'll be like, well, did y'all get me? Are we here? Let's try one more time. I'm gonna try 2 more times. I'm gonna get y'all there. You know what I'm saying? Then let's do it again. I want them bands. Be quiet, let them do it. You know what I'm saying?
The audience interaction.
And then it gets that way. And then I go to the last one. I say, now I think y'all with me. Y'all really with me, huh? Okay. I want them bands, know what I'm saying? Still, but I make a dance, know what I'm saying? That nigga hate me, but won't ever say it. See me, he a fan. You know what I'm saying? Start the beat, DJ. And then it's now.
They want to hear everything. Yeah.
Now it's really what's about to come after them boys. Now it's, and then they feel like they in the song with me. You know what I'm saying? It's love.
And when you're recording, because you guys, when you do something publicly and live, you want to have somebody there recording, taking shots and everything. Then you have that audience interaction. And so it makes the video that much marketable when you go and use it for promotions for other things as well.
Yes, yes. And that can go a long way just from somebody seeing a little snippet of what you can do, or just the fact that all of it actually, it all plays a part. And I've been getting this word witty. And it's so funny that all the knowledge I know, I haven't came across that word for me to even just look it up. And it was like, it was witty. You know, I found out, I was like, oh, yeah, that's me. You know, like, golly, I love that. That's a beautiful thing. And that's what I aim for. That's what I aim for. Because anybody wants technically, it was me being nervous when I first started doing that as a kid. You know, just jumping on the stage and talking with the crowd, because it threw me off when that heart pounding thing felt like, all right, this is just me. Y'all gonna be with me. This is just like a we outside and we sitting out front of this building and I'm playing a beat. Y'all gonna feel me. Yeah, like, cause it's like, if I can do it outside, why can't I do it in front of all of you?
You don't strike me as a nervous type. Every time I see you're like just spitting, but maybe you guys do it more and more, it gets better. And you also said something about people knowing that with the song that, know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know you for it. I know I had this conversation, or I seen a post from Billy Live. right?
Yeah.
And he was saying some of your songs that you done or that you did completed like 4 years, 5 years ago will all of a sudden pop off and jump. And people go, oh, you got some new things? And no, really, it's just you got to continue to promote. And
that's great.
Who was it? Oh, Tigger interviewed who last night? Jermaine Dupri, I think, or something. And he was talking about artists today is now doing songs for the moment, for TikTok, for fast.
Yeah.
And not really like looking 40 years down the road. What do you think?
Like, it's not real concepts. And I mean, I was a young one that grew up off of Motown music. So, you know, everybody that I hung around from the outside of my household, it was like nobody really was a fond to it unless it was people y'all age, you know, like just growing up with the certain folk that understood this song. Do you know what this means? Like, all right, for example, Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones, as beautiful as that is, and you know, yeah, you know, and my grandmother the other day, they was really trying to figure out the song, they said some other name. I was like, what? That's Billy Paul. Don't push ups. And I got up and was like, Ma, no. Billy Paul. And then she don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's so weird because it's like, how do I know more than y'all know? Like from the whispers, Delphonics and, you know, dramatics, every single body I just be having on my list. And I like that song alone, what I'm trying to say is, do you get the concept? Like, it's not just some, oh yeah,
catchy,
yeah, and you know, or I'm just singing and I'm like, he talking about some woman too, he talk about his car. Listen, he's explaining that he has a woman, she has a woman, but this connection that they have every time they meet without even touching is realer than what they both have at home. That's true happiness.
So when you create music, do you create for a concept to tell a story and not just a quick like fix it?
That's why it's never easy to say, like, as best as I can freestyle, as easy as it may seem that I can write it, or whatever the case, it's not easy. You know, sometimes you really got to focus your mind into what you're aiming for. And I hate that I would just rap and just, you know, nobody notices sometimes. And then when I mess up, they'll be like, oh, you know, that was fire. And I'm like, you didn't hit. Okay. The concept alone, like what was I aiming for? I got a couple that's what they're all about. Each song and each word actually happened. There's no way around that. And I know people take it so lightly, but no, like if you don't understand, listen to the actual words, just second guess it for a moment. I'm sorry. And you'll hear that every single word, you can tell it's not a game. Like these are my confessions. This is like the beat is my therapist. You get what I'm saying? Like, who else can I talk to?
So how is that for you to just display your heart in front of everybody? Is that, you said it's therapeutic, sometimes. But is it more like, let me second guess if I want to tell people this?
And you know, no. So because honestly, it's like, it's better than keeping it in sometimes. And that's my way of healing, you know, for one. But not to mention, when you really feel a way, like, you know, everybody out here making news, everybody's mama and they dog nowadays. But it's like, who's really an artist, you know, and they take that label out just like love nowadays. I think loyalty is better than that. What I'm saying is, it's like I want to share what I wish somebody could feel what I feel, you know, or understand or comprehend what I'm trying to get them to sometimes. Because honestly speaking, I ain't got to show nobody, you know. This could be all in the tuck. You know, every time I need to get away, either write something new or I'm just listening to it. Nobody got to know. So
you got a lot of material, and I know via like IG, if you do something, if you're doing freestyles, it's recorded. You can always go back and write it down and make a whole song out of it and everything else. But and we were talking about marketing. But you guys, before we go further, because I want to talk about the business side of it and how people start to level up and go from just open mics here and there, how to even get on that open mic stage to begin with. So you guys stay with us. We'll be right back.
I love it.
Welcome back, you guys. If you are just joining us, I am sitting next to Phannum, and we're going to talk business for the music industry. So when you first started, you got on any stage that would allow you to build your fan base, to let people see and hear you and know your skills. How did you even get on that first stage, though? Because a lot of times people go, well, where do I find a club? How do I get on? What do I do?
I love this. I remember a couple of my first times ever showing anybody. Usually it was just being nervous. I used to be growing up trying to show what I wrote down to a couple friends around me or something like that. And as nervous as I was, and people would be like, oh, show everybody, and get a big crowd. And it was like, not what I was expecting, but okay, I'm trying, and it's not the same. But then, you ever heard BCCC College? I'm known now, I guess, from back in the day, none of that matters, but to say, as growing up, I was always too young to go there, to be there at that time. I think the first time I got in, it was like 14, 15, something like that. And I was just up there all the time, after school, reckless little person I was. Sorry.
Yeah, you good.
Reckless little person I was. And then the crazy part about it was, if you know some artists in the city, almost everyone that, not everyone, but almost every real rapper in Baltimore that's known here, I've met personally on a different note. And majority of them didn't even know I rapped at times. But the ones who did, it's funny because there's no cloud chasing. I hate that. It's like you see me. Shout out to Tato, shout out to Peter Queen, shout out to, Davo, shout out to certain people like Jack Boy, like certain people that have an actual genuine heart with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have said a couple names, but what I'm aiming at is the fact that, all right, Peter Queen, my first question side. Mm-hmm. I started there. I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. No, I did not. And I watched people jump on that stage. It was like an open mic thing that they had there. And I was nervous. I mean, as much as everybody in the cafeteria would hear me rapping and spitting, they said, now you got to go up there. I would freestyle, on the stage, I would freestyle. Talked to Peter Queen because she was the first person to say, you getting up there. I was like, I don't know. And then I told her, I said, if I get up there, I'm calling you to jump up there on a random. She said, no. Thought I was playing. I got up there and I started rapping and I said, now Peter Queen about to come help me. Everybody looking at her like, oh my God. And next thing you know it, magic. After that, it brought something out of me. It was like a spark that I can do this again. I can show people. But I felt like it, music itself, it's a different lane than performing. It's a different lane. No matter how much a person may say it, nobody's really performing when they have their song in the background and they just going off of it and really just like saying a word. You're not performing the song. You're rapping over your recording. That's what you're doing. You're literally just reciting your song.
So you think a lot of people are in the game just for the money and the notoriety, whatever. Word. I can't speak today. And not necessarily for the artistry of it.
Of course, that's why they say music has changed so much, because it's hard to decipher who really means what. And, the fact that you can't tell somebody their story is not what it is. Like what 21 Savage repeat to that said, it was like, yo, how you feel when people say J. Cole better than you as a rapper? What? And I respected his comment behind that, because just like when people always rapping with me and they'd be like, yo, I'm not as nice as you. What? Like, I hate it. Like, first off, let me help you out. You didn't grow up like me. You didn't make my decisions. You don't know why I'm speaking on what I'm speaking on. And I'm not going to tell your story. The thing is, when people are trying to rap, what are you trying to do? Are you sitting here trying to be like that rapper that you see? Like, I'm trying to get like this? Are you trying to aim to have be you? That's what I mean. I mean, like, how many people I freestyle with? And I told them, like, you never shot no gun. You've never, why you say that? Like, you didn't just do that. Like, they'd be like, yeah, 3 dicks in my Bentley. Yo, what? And you don't even got a license. Where's the car? What are you talking about? I want to know about you walking down the street, and the people you were around. I want to know about what your mother told you this morning and why it pissed you off, what you wanted to do when you got to that school. I want to know what is real. Like, give me your story.
So do you think that makes you more marketable? Because a lot of times, there's like the industry and then there's independence. And a lot of times when you get in the industry, that's what they push. That's what they promote. That's what they think the culture wants to hear.
See, but then that's what people get is so twisted. That's as far as you can go. That's what you're aiming for. Because see, now that's going to cause a lot more problems, because you acting like some people ain't going to prove that or test it. Mm-hmm. If that ain't your lifestyle, you now getting exposed for something you ain't really about. Why even open that door, Takashi? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, sure. It's more the fact that I'd rather that, like, for example, when someone told me, like, you can do so much more, you're universal, you can make songs for gospel, you can do so much that street, that lane. Can you imagine that your song getting played on a Disney Channel record or animation movie? Disney?
Don't limit
like,
your streams of
like,
income.
Go as far as you could possibly go, but with yours, shoot, you don't realize, like the opera, just the songs that the best ones, they get played and performed and they way more money. The songs that are on movies, and some of them are the ones without even the lyrics. The second somebody hopping out the car, and all you hear is dun, 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 like, oh, we know he about to do something. Oh my goodness, but it got you all hyped because you watching, you in tune now. Let that music and not been, let that sound and not been there. You'd have just been watching it like ain't nothing really about to happen. You're just watching another slow scene.
It builds that level of anticipation.
Everything, just as well as a sad scene. You know, once before, oh, like it's sad. Before, like, better yet, all you see is the film side of me walking in, and then a sad song come on in my face. Like, now we know something bad. He looking at something bad. But let the song be an up tempo, and I'm looking like this. Oh yeah, it's about to be something legendary right now. He looking like you interpret it, but it's all righteous. It's all real. It speaks volumes. Yeah. It's like, man, I'm telling you how to explain it sometimes.
So let me ask you about the label, the industry versus independence, because you're an independent, right? Yeah. How does somebody go about being an independent? What does that mean exactly? How do you move differently?
That meaning no handouts. And if there are, it's like, all right, but yet I don't want to say it like that because I'm still learning myself at that. But
and you will continually learn. You guys will never know everything. So
yeah, always, you know. That being said, industry, how I was telling somebody last night, shout out to my team, we were just having like a phone meeting, and it was like, as independents we are, and we was bringing up like people like Master P, you know, or like even like G Herbo, you know, like that man even said it, you know, some people signed with Interscope, you know, took that deal that they offered them, you know. And then you got people like G Herbo that had his own idea. And what he said to them, he said, no, listen, I got money. I don't need y'all. I'm going to still make this happen regardless. You know, it's like a lot of people debate, people like that, like they don't need you if they can make it happen. And then, you know, once you do, because you got platforms like WorldStar alone, the second you pay that 1,500, it's up there. It's now a million views, 2 million views and comments that if you haven't seen it, there's a new person, a new rapper coming out every single day.
Wait, notice he said invest in yourself, right? Yes. And that's part of marketing. And the platforms you put it on can get you the views, which should get you in the ear of somebody that can change your life, open a door that you never knew about.
And now they're reaching for you. Yeah, and they're reaching for you. That's the main goal, because the thing is, what you don't realize, there's always going to be another person. There's always another rapper. Why do they want you? Because one, they see what you can do. Now, the crazy part about that is they think that, you know, knowing you come from nothing or whatever the situation is, they're going to give you whatever makes you feel is worthy. Ice cream, all that. If you like ice cream, your favorite thing in the world is coconut cake, and they gonna make sure they got about 500,000 next to endless coconut cake. Got you thinking like, oh my gosh, I gotta take this. You know,
you're telling yourself, and now you on the hook, you stuck.
And don't even realize what that means, because then what you don't know, some of these labels will tell you, just because they gave you the money goes towards the investments. Meaning you're not just able to now have money and just go spend it and just enjoy yourself while they're paying for your studio or paying for your photo. That is what you have to pay back. So imagine if you come out the gate yourself with your funds, you know, invest to make revenue, put yourself in a position where you are making it happen again. You know what I mean? Or at least the comeback, or like how people use investment, but like Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Just as simple as that. That's the same concept. It's like, shoot, if I put this money here, that means that, for example, it's like a promotion situation, get more views. That means the next event that I decide to do, more people will know about it. More people will bring more people who know about me hearing my music. Not to mention, just as well as establishment. Shout out to Jafar. That man is offering a lot of opportunities, such as $150 for certain dates that you can rent. You charge what you want to let people come into. So it's all about who you are and what you can promote and do. And
you can make the money, and then you put it exactly where the label will put it to promote yourself. It's all about getting your name out there.
And now all of a sudden you're doing it. Just as simple as that alone.
And you have all the control.
Right. 4 hours alone. Now you're looking at, okay, $20 a ticket, $15 a ticket. Better yet, do it how it's really professional. $10 in advance, $20 at the door or after a certain time. Females, $5, free, whatever. And then you got people who want to sell their own merchandise. Everybody wants to, you can bring, understand, you can't just do it by yourself.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. And if you do, you got to do some real grimy stuff to get there if that's what you're doing. But that means at the same time, you didn't do it by yourself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you always need some type of help. And people always get big-headed. That goes back to that last conversation when you said, why do a person think they're above that just as much as an open mic or so? I ain't saying go to that open mic. I'm just saying don't look upon it like you should, you know what I'm saying? Like that you can't go there, or like it's not worth it, because it may not be what you want to do, but you can be hurt if you find out that somebody was there and they was just looking for a certain type of talent. And you like, yo, if I was there, yo.
Yeah, but you wasn't.
Care what you think about what you think. Now you sound like the hater. Now you sound like you think you better than the next. And now you gotta up the par.
See, you guys, I want to actually take one more break, you guys. But when we come back, I actually want to get into that team, because you already said last night you had a conference call with your team, what that looks like, what that means, who they are, and maybe he'll do something for us today.
For sure. I mean, I'm prepared in any way.
He's always prepared. I already know he is. All right, so you guys stay with us. We'll be right back.
Live with the city's hottest DJ, DJ Blood Cuts.
Hey guys, welcome back. You have missed the show if you are just joining us. Go back and watch it. I am still sitting here with Phannum, who, before we get into teamwork, is going to give us another actual entertaining thing.
Yeah.
Just so you know, a little tidbit of who we're dealing with right here. And then we'll get into why you can't do anything alone. You definitely need the team around you and the right people. So, Phannum, what you gonna do for us, babe?
This beautiful little song that I call I Wanna. You know, a lot of people say they want things in life and don't know what they really want, let alone they understand concepts of songs. And this right here just explains what I want. So if I do slip a little bit with like the verse, because I'm getting a tone, can you like edit that out? Okay, that's all, because I know it ain't too much, but it's real to me. Okay. Stop this. I love this shit so much. Yeah. Excuse my language. It's not me all the time. I want my own label. Send my little sis on a trip. Yeah. I want a car from the future and still put a house on my wrist. I wanna be like Santa Claus, so if you get anything on the list. For real. I wanna make me some money so much I forget what I get. I wanna do for my people, for who I know in the car. I wanna do for my priest. So by example, best way to be taught. I wanna live more than living, throw cookouts, party and hang with the stars. I wanna do for myself, no matter what. So I'll whoever start. These got them pissed. I got a gift. I hear if I go, I'ma surely be missed. Really don't know loyalty is a myth. Niggas act like they be wishing for death, till I grant them a wish, trying to not be in. You ain't spark to the blunt, you ain't smoke to the source. Niggas talking, they sound like a split. Big dog, dope like fit, nah, get you stuck off a slip. I am not with the miss. Put in some work, I finesse some slip. Speaking on truth, you block out the hits. Too intellectual to care about a diss, especially from a chick. And guess how much they made. Imagine what I'll get if I stay in this shit. Yeah, I'm on my own label. Send my little sis on a trip. I want a car from the future, still put a house on my wrist. I wanna be like Santa Claus, so if you get anything on the list. I wanna make me some money so much I forget what I get. I wanna do for my people, for who I know in the car. I wanna do more than preach it. Show by example, best way to be taught. I wanna live more than living through cookouts, partying with the stars. I wanna do for myself, but no matter what, show out for whoever saw. Yeah. And I mean, I can freestyle for y'all. I can do more thinking harder. Sometimes I don't need to run and speak to my father. I know that he probably can teach me. I know it was more than the things that I probably get off. Some people that feel they go farther. He trying to rap in his Carter. I'm just trying to keep it at face. I why them people would hate me. I think about the greater things, even when people would tell me I'm greater. I think about things I ain't waiting for. Maybe I just want to say it. Maybe I think about pay me. Sometimes even when I just want to explain myself, I know that I need to pay me. I can't say. You get it? I just be playing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really prepared to freestyle. Why not?
So it's always good. A lot of times artists won't do that live because they have to make sure that they have the right things behind them, make sure they look good, sound good, because for real, they may not be all that good by themselves, and they're made by the label or the industry, and it takes a lot to go into that.
That's the craziest thing about it. That's the craziest thing, because at the end of the day, what are you aiming? It's like if every word that comes out your mouth is real, regardless if you mess up, then what are you talking about? And I always say that to people, and they be like, I can't freestyle. Well, I don't really write like that. Where did it all come from? Yeah, okay, you felt something, right? It's the same thing. It's about your speed. And on top of that, nobody's asking you to be what you think is perfect. What are you trying to aim for? Last time I checked, I'm actually speaking truth here. If you actually replay them words, prove a lot to me. Matter of fact, look back in any song you ever find, as many as I had from every freestyle, and name one line that could be a lie.
So that's always a dilemma though, because a lot of times people say, look, I'm telling a story. That doesn't necessarily mean it's my life, versus it is my life that I'm telling, versus some of the stuff is, some of the stuff isn't. I'm just painting a picture.
And that's
right or wrong.
And that's what's wrong with that sometimes, and I will always say that. I'm not sitting here trying to say that you shouldn't be rapping because, no, don't get me wrong. But when it comes down to people saying that they cannot freestyle, they cannot do that, it's as simple as the test of will or your mind. And I learned this in church. That's real. And somebody was it was like experimenting. And you put your arm up, you know what I'm saying? And you say, I can't, while you pulling it down, right? As hard as you can, but you keep saying, I can't. It's going down. I like to start with the words first, meaning you lost all that so-called strength that you thought that you just didn't have before it was already strong. Now we're going to aim for the strong.
Yeah.
You just know we didn't put you out your misery, right? Now we aim for the I can. And then they like, yo, what? Mm-hmm. And then they's like, you playing, you're not really, you don't see me really trying, the veins coming out of my arm.
Yeah. It's different. What you say to yourself will come about. So if you say you can't do something, you're right. You can't do it.
And that's the reason why you can't, because you're so busy believing it.
Yeah, stop believing the BS.
Try it out.
So let me ask you about team, right? Because nobody can do anything alone. You need somebody around. You need somebody in your corner. You need support. You need finances. You need people to keep your mental sane. You just need people. So tell me about your team.
Oh my goodness. All right. My team right now, I want to say shout out to a couple others that you don't need to be really spoken on the Apple, but excuse me. My name is Phannum. All right. My team is the Opera. Ask me questions about it, and I have answers for all of them. And my teams such as Oso and You'll Be Lucky, as we call it, You'll Be Lucky, and they're different. That's what makes it. Just like the people I've had a team of when I was younger, I thought that was the wave so much because I had this thing in my body where it's like if I run into a rapper or anybody, it doesn't mean just a rapper. I mean, it can be, but if I run into that spark, like, something that just makes me feel like you a star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's really so, like, I seen about what can happen, what we could do, just, and it doesn't have to be me. But sometimes I just feel like I can help it because they don't know certain things. And maybe if we and someone are doing this, we can take this far as much as we're playing. And like I said, the best things don't get captured. Some freestyles that we had, besides it being recorded or on camera or around anything, was probably something that would shut a lot of you rappers down. And I ain't saying that we the best. I'm pretty sure a lot of them do it. Mm-hmm. We never know. The best things don't get captured because when you get, and that's how it goes. Because if I get on a camera right now, guys, the camera, a mic, that knowing that it's about to be recorded. Now it's like, of course, I'm gonna enjoy myself. I came a long way to be it, but then it was like, And I would mess up because I'm looking at it like it's more pressure, way more pressure, because it's not just some simple song, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just some, I'm just playing around, because if you want to be technical there, somebody's going to hear this. It's going to be a day that I'm going to be like, what I'm going to tell them then? Or what if I can't tell them? You know, I was just drunk and I was enjoying myself, or whatever the case may be. And the crazy part is when I do actually enjoy myself with all that pressure out of my head, I'm spitting better than what I could have spit on that radio trying to do that.
Yeah, it's like you give yourself a mental block.
Yes.
You do those things where you think, okay, this is a big deal, and then you could block your creativity.
Yes.
The pressure can mess up your creativity.
Yes. And like I was saying, like even when you saying with the team, like it was so much that I put into it. It was like you cannot control everything. That's one thing, you know. But talking on the team, my team, well, with a lot of people that were in the opera, but right as of right now, we are different, every single one, you know, and I love that because, you know, even though I created it, trying to make it this and that, you know, I was used to have a team, I called it ABM, Above Beyond Music. We thought we were doing something, and I was in a team called Unclassified. It was so much to that wildlife. I created that family. It was so much that I, you know, then people labeled it a gang that was getting out of hand. But then now, you know, with this music, this real, when you need a team, by that, I say that because I'm just related to the Wu-Tang story. You know, I literally got so inspired. It was beyond me watching. And I'm gonna let you know, if you watch the Wu-Tang story, definitely watch the first season because they give you introduction on people. But from the start of the second season, that's when it starts.
Well, and it's cool because if you guys watch the show, you know, last week we aired Vega Dawn, who's from Wu-Tang Management and Wu-Tang Radio. So
yeah, and I remember we signed with him one time. It was, you know, but real talk, that what he showed in there, and I brought that up with my team last night because we have meetings. You gotta have these structures, you know, no matter how much you think you just gonna have it down pat. Oh yeah, I'm just rap. I mean, you got the funds to throw and shoot, just like some of these drug dealers that know they don't really want to be in the music game. They just want to have fun and say they can hear themselves or whatever. Yeah, that's when you can actually go a lot further if you have the money. Money talks. But if you trying to talk, you know, your voice alone is never enough. It can be something, you know, don't get me wrong. I don't know how some, you know, explain it so much, but I said a team brings foundation, a team, empire. You cannot do it yourself. It's always someone that's helping you along the way. It's
that keeps your mind straight, that keeps open the door to help you do something that you can't do. And I noticed that you took and you went through several teams or groups or whatever the case may be. So sometimes you gotta like find your right niche, and what's good for you today may not be good for you tomorrow. So you can't be afraid to level up. But let me ask you, Phannum, if somebody wanted to find, follow, like, subscribe, listen,
you Google Phanum. And I used to say, you know, certain platforms, you can find me, none of matters, Google it. That's all, that's what Google's for. It should all be a list. And the thing is, that list is not finished. Trust me, but I'm about to flood it. Okay? I'm going to, you know, I'm about to.
You have something coming up?
Hermes. That's some tape that I want. And then we was trying to, and the reason I want to bring it up, the reason I call it Hermes, because if you actually look at the concept of Phantom of the opera, I don't want to really try to take from it, but from Phannum. You know what I'm saying? And it's shortened for Phenomenon, as I've spoken before. That was why I came up with the name years ago. And people always label Phannum. I'm like, you know what? Because my logo, you know, I'm bringing it up to this beautiful man over here that actually got created.
Shout out Bernard.
Shout out Bernard. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to have like a label with like the image, laugh now, cry later, still, right? But smile, it would be like front to this mouth, it probably say smile, maybe a smiley face tattoo, and then you got the cry later. You know what I'm saying? Where she's like dreadlocks and maybe the teardrops. You know what I'm saying? And her lipstick is a little smeared, but she's not looking that happy, but she is so beautiful. You know, it's just deep. I wanted to make something of my own, you know. Yeah. So
a statement.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like I'm going off the crest. I'm sorry, I started wrong.
He's good. So you guys definitely check out Phannum across all social media platforms. Google him to find out where he is. You'll definitely see some great material, lyrics, crazy lifestyle, whatever the case may be. And of course, you can follow me across all social media platforms at Get It, Got It Good, G3, or follow me personally at Naja, NYSIA, Carter, or Wilhite, WILHITE. And I can't go without thinking my networks. WBGR, Total Entertainment Radio, Power 904, and DMR Radio. Guys, nothing but love for you.
And that's it.
Thank you, Bernard, for studio space. Thank you to One Man Sharp is Another, Dance Solutions Youth Outreach, Merlin Prep Academy, Favorite One. Nothing but love for y'all. Until next time, peace out. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to tune in at NajaCarter.com and be sure to like and subscribe this channel. Get It, Got It Good. See you guys next time.